Hey everyone, time for me to continue on with my journey of my life. So yesterday I ended where I was married to my first husband, and I found out I was pregnant with my oldest child, and we bought a poodle. Um, so I'm going to continue there. I had said that my father had broke his leg, and that was pretty devastating for everybody because this was the strongest man. He never got hurt, never had any health problems or anything like that. Um, we continued to run the pool room, and I believe I had said that these two gentlemen used to come into the pool room. One, they were brothers, and I think I told you about Tiny. And his brother was a sheriff's deputy, and had it just all of a sudden it quit coming. We didn't see him anymore. He wasn't there, and um, so um, which I thought was odd because he used to come in like every other night or on his days off at least and talk to us and or at least to me and um, so um, I didn't find out till later why he quit coming, but the reason that he quit coming is because at the time there was more drugs being sold out of there than there was anybody shooting pool or um, buying food. So, um, but my ex-husband had bought me a horse because he thought that that'll keep her quiet. Um, he bought us a pony, not a pony, but a colt, and he was beautiful. And we rented a barn, and we've been, to help offset our cost, we rented it out stalls, and then we cleaned them and everything. Well, I had gotten to the point where I was very pregnant, and I couldn't go out there all the time. But I'd gone out one day, and I was about 8 months pregnant with my oldest, and we were riding, and I was working out this one lady's horse, and her horse was bigger, quite a bit bigger, and she needed a bigger horse because she was bigger. Um, and her name, ironically, was Cindy as well, and she just was in love with um, the guy Mike that used to live with us. And but anyways, so she rented out one of the stalls, and I would work out her horse, and I had to kick the crap out of him in order to get him to even do a canter, was and just to go in a circle. It was just so my husband at the time I said when I was getting on my horse, she was a barrel racing horse, but very very timid. You didn't have to push her hard at all. So I got on her, and not thinking, I kicked her like I was kicking. With her, you usually just had to squeeze in order to get her to go, and then she'd go around the barrels, and it was great. She was good. But I kicked her hard, and she went that way, and I went that way. Um, so my husband quickly picked me up, scooped me up, and took me to the doctor. The doctor said just, no more, um, no more getting on that horse, is what he said. Um, so I think it was the next day, the next couple days, we had gone out to the barn and we were going to go trail riding. And then the girl who owned the bigger horse wasn't with us to go, so I had asked her if she minded if I rode her horse. Not a problem. You ride her, you can, because you take care of it, blah, blah, blah. So we went trail riding, and everything was going all right. Everything was going good until we went to some tree branches, and you had to push the tree branch in order to go through it. So the person in front of me pushed the tree branch, but it flung back so quick that it caught me in the chest, and I went off the back of the horse. Again, was scooped up, taken to the doctor, and the doctor said, look, no more. Do not get on another horse until after your pregnancy is over. So that was the last time I even went out to the barn because they didn't want me to even have the chance to go out to the barn. Um, we had a Doberman, and we had put him out there to protect the horses. So that's what I was told. Um, but it is neither here nor there. Later on, I found out that both my horse and the colt got sold for drug money. Um, we eventually had moved out of the pool room. He found us a home to rent, and of course, the couple that was living there and supposed partners and stuff, they moved in with us, which drove me nuts because I wanted my own place with my husband and my new baby coming. I wanted, but that wasn't the case. That was, um, he wanted them to move in with us, so they did. Probably was a good thing they did because the day that I um, delivered my oldest child was a huge snowstorm. So he got the other couple up because I had gone into labor, and it was funny because I'm in labor, and he goes, "Well, I'm going to jump in the shower if you don't mind going down and making me a pot of coffee." Okay, whatever. Um, so we all rode. He had a big Dodge truck that was falling apart, and then his friend had a nicer truck. And I think the reason that's why he liked this guy because he got a big settlement because he was in a motorcycle accident and had all kinds of money. So there's four of us, and I'm on my husband's lap, very pregnant, going to the hospital. It's like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But we get there, and I get all settled in a room and still having contractions. I call my mother and let her know at this time. My father was home, but had all this hardware on him and he couldn't go anywhere. So my mother came down to be with me, and my husband had to leave because he had criminal court that day, so he had to leave to go defend himself, I guess. But I don't remember what the charges were. I just remember that he had criminal court, and he came back just in time for me to push. And they had taken me down to an OR room just in case because she had had her first bowel movement in me. They were afraid of infection, so they were afraid they were going to have to take her by C-section. And so, I was glad he was there. I was glad he made it. Then he turned around and said that, because it was bush league night, said since I had already had the baby, that he was going to go ahead and go to league. And I'm like, well, you haven't been here all day. My blind mother has been the one that's been here taking care of me, and now you're going to leave me. But again, I didn't say anything. I just let it go. My baby was jaundiced, so she had put her little lights. At that time, I was so young, I didn't understand it. They're discharging me and not my baby, but I could stay because my baby was there. But it was like I was in a hotel room, but insurance still paid for it because I was with my child. And then we went to my mother's and stayed at my mother's for a couple days. And then my ex insisted on us going home, which caused a big fight between me and my mom because she didn't think I was ready to be on my own. And in other words, she was trying to control the situation, and it wasn't working. So, but that's part of getting up to where my oldest was born, and we'll go from there tomorrow. I'm glad y'all are following along. Have a great day.